What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Serie A career mode. It is episode number 29. We're still on the outside looking in, man. We were in 4th for one game week, and now we're back outside in 6th. Heading into today's episode, 8 games to go in the Serie A right now, and again, currently 4 points off the top 4. I'm going to make 6 or 7 of the remaining 8 games. Some ridiculously tough games to come, including Napoli at home, which is our first one. Our final 3, by the way, Roma, Inter, and Juventus as well. All teams above us in the table. Yeah, not going to be an easy run-in to hopefully keep our top 4 dreams alive. Just before we get there, though, we'll have the Academy update. Which I haven't really shown much this season, to be honest, because I haven't had any players. Oh, there we go, asking for pro deals, and I jinxed it. I just felt it might happen around this time, and it does indeed. So yeah, 2 players unsettled. Those are Dennis Muller and Cyprian Koman. That's the Romanian winger we've got as well. And I think I might reject Muller just because we've got better players in that position. But as for Koman, the sole Romanian, we'll give him a pro deal, but can't check his potential just yet. So yeah, before we do dive into the first game, we're playing on the Monday, on the Sunday, sorry, and on the Friday and Saturday, the other teams above us play before us, and we've had a favour. We've had a favour done. Juve have won. But Roma have, Lazio have lost. Lazio lost at home, and to me, Juve drew actually, but Lazio lost at home. So that means we've got a game in hand. We can cut it to 1 with a win. But Napoli, right below us in the table, they want to keep their top 4 dreams alive as well. So let's dive into the first game of the episode. It is indeed Napoli at home. Favours done. We don't get those often, so when it happens, we've got to capitalise. Try and bounce back on the loss to Torino. Napoli at home, Forza Udinese. I don't need me to tell you that the biggest problems we've had this year have been through... Oh, what a save, Robert Sanchez. Consistency and slip-ups, man. We've had far too many of them this season. That's why we're still on the outside looking in. I would call this the most difficult season of the save so far. Xhaka heads just over. When you consider the expectations, you know, we're now into our 4th season. You know, just qualified for the Champions League last year. Said didn't want to take any steps back, wanted to take steps forward, or at least just remain where we are. And thus, I would say this has been the toughest season to save, considering the fact we started off with quite a low budget, all things considered. Yeah, if we don't make it, it's going to be, I wouldn't necessarily call it disastrous, but it's going to be a big setback, man. Big setback. Because the team has gotten slightly better, but I want us to take the next step and not a step back. Really, that next step, if I'm being honest, was, you know, winning silverware, or at least getting Udinese to a final. You know, we're not going to do either of those things. And to fail that was my personal objective, and not make the top 4 as well. I have to say, I haven't considered it much, but would the board keep me on? Because the Coppa Italia objective was hit, but the league and European objectives are both going to be failed if we can't get in the top 4. Champions League was reached a quarter-final. We were knocked out in the last 16 by PSG. Would the board keep us on? I haven't considered it much, but there's a genuine chance they might say no. It's going to be 1. Nunez. Oh, puts it just wide. I feel, you know, confident we might get a goal at some point. The problem we've had all year long is that defensively, I've just been so much worse this year. So much worse. Oh, Willock's done me in there. Completely done me in. I cannot defend this year. I really can't. Forget the top 4. It's over. It's an amazing achievement getting to the Champions League for this year. But, you know, I have to wonder if it was maybe just 1 season too early. I don't think we were ready for it. If we would have gone into the Europa League or the Conference League first, maybe things would have been a little easier for us to make the adjustment. Not so much now. Not so much now. Great ball by Fafundi. Oh, how has that stayed out? It's just been that sort of season. Simone denied. Just can't get out leveler. 0 consistency. Too many slip-ups and defeats at home. And even with 7 to go, I'm calling it now. Back-to-back losses, we ain't going to make the Champions League. 6th is the lowest we will finish. Absolute lowest if Napoli leapfrog. But yeah, just too many home losses, too many slip-ups. The most difficult league I've managed in outside of England in this year's FC. And you know, I might even possibly say it is the most difficult league. Sorry, it was 7th I was saying. But then again, Atalanta are just caught up now on the back of their win. So we might not even get 7th. And this year, we might even drop to 9th due to our poor performance. I mean, I believe we'll be in the top 7. I believe we'll be back in European football of some kind. But before we play the Fiorentina game, Milan have got Monza and Lazio are away against Empoli. But if Lazio beat Empoli, I just cannot see us. I just can't see us doing it. I really can't. 7-point gap. Yeah, we got the game in hand, but I can't see us doing it. Back-to-back losses. We need a literal, and I mean a literal miracle from here. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Following game, Fiorentina at home, Forza Udinese. There was a quote I remember seeing once, which was something like, "The right way is very rarely the easy way," and I don't know. Like I quite like that. It's definitely a. What I went in. Definitely a genuine possibility that is, if not always correct, then mostly correct. But I've said this like before. I think there is pride in struggle and achieving success through a difficult, you know, period. But I would take success just in general, whether it's easy or not. I don't care. I just want it. Do you know what I mean? Like there was a previous episode I was talking about how, you know, Jimmy Carr, the British comedian, went on a podcast I listened to called The Diary of a CEO and talked about how, you know, a trust fund kid is mentally tortured, you know, because basically they haven't had to work to achieve their wealth. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I can see why there would be a bit of, not necessarily embarrassment or shame coming through inheritance, but I would rather inheriting, you know, $500,000, you know, and not having to work for it than not inherit $500,000, you know. Like, I would rather play in the Champions League because, let's say we finished 5th and the team that finished 4th got a points deduction for, you know, financial breaches than not. You know, like, don't get me wrong, it might not be the right way to do it, but I would still take it. I would still take it, you know. It's like nepotism, you know. I've seen so much hate recently on social media for Bronny James. For those who don't follow basketball, basically LeBron James, my hero, you know, has been accused of you know, basically abusing his position as one of the greatest of all time and currently playing for the Lakers, to get his son Bronny James drafted by the team. As Oscar Dorley should have made it too. So Bronny James, regarded as perhaps not the most coveted of NBA prospects, let's just say that. Put it this way, if he didn't have the surname James and he wasn't LeBron James' son, the chances are he would have gone undrafted this year. But instead the Lakers took him with one of the final picks of the draft. Why? Well, 2 reasons. One, you never know, young player could still live up to some kind of decent potential for the team. But also B, main reason, let's be honest, is because his dad is one of the greatest players of all time that plays for the team as well. And I've seen so much criticism about that. So many people hating on LeBron, but also hating on Bronny for the nepotism. And I was like, again, obviously LeBron is my hero, so of course I'm going to defend him anyway. I have to be honest there is bias from me. But at the end of the day, it's the same with like Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brother Fan is playing for the team. At the end of the day, as Luka gets our second, if I had an opportunity to give, like, my son, my brother, whoever it may be, an opportunity of a lifetime, I'm going to do it, you know? And if I was lucky enough to have a family member, for example, in a position like that, yeah, like, if someone offers me that opportunity, I'm not going to turn it down. I'm not going to turn it down. I'll be glad to have it, you know? People talk about the easy way and the hard way. At the end of the day, as long as you get there, that's the only thing that matters to me. You know, a great example of this is that right now I'm trying to buy my first home, It's incredibly unlikely I'll have enough, all things considered, and if I'm being honest here, based on what I found, I probably won't, at least not right now. I've worked ridiculously hard and saved as much as I can, literally as many pennies as I can, but I still may come up short. If someone was to offer me, you know, a home just like that to inherit, I wouldn't turn it down. Wouldn't turn it down. I'd rather have the home given to me than not have one, put it this way. You know, because it's like I see some people like inherit like tons and tons of money. That's not going to come for me, unfortunately. As Juve win, Atalanta win, and Inter win as well. That's not going to come for me. You know, I come from a poor family. I'm not going to inherit nothing. You know, I've had to come to terms with that very, very early. So if I'm going to do it, it's going to be all on me. But if I was lucky enough to be in a position where I would inherit something, do you think I'd turn it down and say, no, I want to do it all myself? No, I'd take the house, mate. Or I'd take the money to buy the house, you know what I mean? Any day of the week. Whether it takes away some of the shine or not. Listen, I'll be looking at the shiny windows of my new home, I don't care. Right, following game, LinkTree away. We lost to them in a reverse fixture in match day 4, and those are the sort of the results that have kept us where we are right now, 4 points off the top 4. And with 6 to go, I'd say we probably need to win all 6 to qualify for next year's Champions League. Let's start here and make it back-to-back wins for the first time in a while for Udinese. We've got to be perfect from here on out, I'd say, as Krstovic fires in the opener and Lecce lead. 21 minutes in. I don't see the teams above us having more than one slip up, and again that's why we'll need to be perfect, because our final 3 fixtures are against 3 of the teams that are above us right now. So yeah, I think the likely it is we'll be playing Conference or Europa League football next year, and that's just a reality we're going to need to accept. Oh, as Oscar Dorley totally fluffs his lines. Corner, last chance of the half. You know what we need right now. You know what we need. And that's to activate the cheat code. For a leveler right before the break. No, Xhaka doesn't make clean connection. 45 to go. Unless we come from behind to win this, I'll say it right now. There'll be 5 remaining. Might as well just throw all 5. We ain't going to make it. Where you going, Bobby? Where you going? Oh, what a ball. Got to be. Yes! Pick it up, no, pick it up. Can you pick it up, Festi? Can you pick it up? Can you pick it up? No, but we'll take it. We'll take it. 38 minutes to go. Perfect way to start the second, but now we need a second. 22 minutes. There's Oscar Dorley heads it away. Profundi will receive it. He's not going to take everyone himself, but he'll find Georgie. And he'll find... Oh, come on, Luca. I know you're not the quickest, but you're quick enough. Given space, isn't going to miss. 18 to go. Stay calm. The best thing about coming off a cleared corner... Oh, no, hold on. Hold on, let me concentrate, and I'll explain what I mean in a minute. Yeah, we'll have that. Oh, surely, is that... Basically, what happens is that they're caught in 2 minds, whether they come towards you carrying the ball, or they just get straight back in position. And it forces them to make a decision which leads to hesitation, and that is what you exploit. And that's why, and I say it all the time, but goals on the counter are the most easiest to score, because the AI's mind, if you will, is always going to have to think about those 2 options and which is the best. And it leads to indecisiveness, hesitation, and what does that lead to? Space to run through and score. That's how we'll get our 2 goals. That's how we'll get the win. Coming from behind to claim a massive 3 points. But of course, the big question is, did we get a favour into winning? Atalanta slipping up. Again, I don't think we'd have fallen out of the top 6 anyway. Atalanta might not be that many points behind, but I don't think we'd have fallen out of the top 6 anyway. But if we advance through to Tuesday, Wednesday time, all the weekend fixtures done, and we're still in 6th. We're still in 6th. We're 2 clear in Napoli. Oh, and Juve play on the Saturday. The Lazio as well, Napoli do. But Juve do. So we'll quickly advance through there. We're still well outside the top 4. But, I mean, we're still... Okay, alright, okay. Okay, I'll let you go. There's bigger things at hand right now. If you're thinking about right now your own personal interests over the teams, that tells me all I need to know. But both Juve and Napoli won anyway, so we're now down to 7. We've got the game in hand on both, but 4 behind Juve. Lazio play at the same time. Tough game against Atalanta, but yeah. Oh man, I'll get to you in a minute. Let me play this game first. Salernitana at home. Again, these are the games can't afford to slip up in. Back-to-back wins, make it 3 straight. And try and cut the gap on Juve to 1 and just keep our fingers crossed that Atalanta hold Lazio. All we can do is win and do our job. Forza Udinese. Problem with Oman is that since he's come back from loan, well, I said I want to get him in the team, but it's the system we play. He can't really fit in because Buffoni's been probably my player of the season at CAM, so I can't drop him, especially with the potential to be special he's got as well. Can't get him in deeper because you got Gashi and then the DM duo of Keita and Prati, but also Zielinski, who I've had to give enough game time to as well, at 83 overall now. And I can't play him on the wings either, again, because of the system we play. He can't defend. And, well, considering how many goals we leak anyway with Dorley and Ewasele, it'll be a nightmare playing someone that's a complete defensive liability on the flank. So that's the problem, really, just a victim of, oh, yes, William, our play style. And too many players in that position that are better. Unfortunately, when that's the case, a player sometimes just has to leave. Look at Cole Palmer going to Chelsea, for example. Anyway, 1-0 up. 2-2 for Lorenzo. Oh, this is so much better. So much better. So much better. What a start! Buffoni makes it 2. Udinese, all you can do is do your job, man. Come on! Oh, it's all Udinese. I mean, we're literally absolutely rocking. Oh, Zielinski seems to mishit it a little bit, but this is so much. Where has this been? Honestly, we've had so little performances like this season. So to actually have one, well, unfortunately, might have left it a little too late. But hey, it's a welcome sight, albeit again possibly too late. That's 3. Festi and Udinese running rampant here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Salernitana, do they want to play football? Oh, I see a goal. Oh, it's Inter. Inter are taking the lead there against Monza. But like I said, man, a big win or not, we've left it too late for these sort of performances. If we were doing this around Christmas time, brilliant stuff, but we weren't. That's the problem, man. We left it far too late to be playing like this. Welcome sight, sure, but it's probably going to come in vain. Still, I don't want to jinx it, but we could be on for the biggest win of the... Oh, hold on. Oh my goodness, do you know, I don't want to jinx this, but there's a genuine chance here. I could be on for my biggest win of FC. I think it's 6-0, I think. And we've scored 5 in 35 minutes. I think my biggest win this year is 6-0. Tell you what, if I don't get it here, I'll be disappointed. This might be the saving grace for what's otherwise been such a difficult season for us, man. A personal best. Still, if you were to offer me my biggest win in terms of an individual scoreline in this year's FC or a Champions League place, I think you know which one I would take. For those that are curious, by the way, for those that are curious, my biggest ever win, 9-0. Oh, Gashi, great hustle. Just couldn't get it back. 9-0. 9-0. I can tell you what career mode it was. It was FIFA 14. And it was when I was at Spurs. Can't remember who I beat. I think it was an FA Cup game against a lower league side, but it was 9-0. Don't know if we're going to match that, but we have matched my my best in this year's FC. 6. Now let's go for the 7th. I want a new best here. And you know, normally this is the time where I'll take my starters off to make sure no one gets injured or too tired for the next game. But considering we could be going for a new personal best here. We got it. Prati with the finish. It's 7. It's my best of FC 24. But I'll say it again. It's nice. But this sort of performance has come too late, man. Come far too late. Well, I've got 10 minutes to score 2 goals if I want to match my biggest win in FIFA ever. I think I'm... well, claim Fatos. I think I'm going to come up short, but we'll push it. We'll push it. Something nice to be targeting here. If the top 4 looks not necessarily all but gone, but a very difficult catch here. Zielinski, Profundi for the 8th. Gets it. 4 minutes. Can we do it? Can I do it? I need one more. 18 goals in 29 games. And this is why we're not going to miss Oman. Not at all. But unfortunately, what we are going to miss out on is a... I could have possibly had one last chance there. But hey, I'm not going to say no to an 8-0 scoreline. The hat-trick for Simone as well. One away from equaling a personal franchise best. But it is a season best. Or a yearly best, I should say, for FC24. 8-0. 8-0. But where was this sort of performance midway through the season, man? Honestly. Well, I think we can say that was a pretty convincing win. But with Inter beating Monza, it's not going to matter, man. Like, it's a big win or not. We needed those big wins against Lecce at home. We needed those big wins against Empoli away, who we've got in the following game. Is that on the Sunday? We're still in 6th. Lazio must have lost, so we're a point behind. Did Lazio lose? They must have lost. So we're a point behind both they and Juve. 4 behind Roma in 3rd and Milan in 2nd as well. Yeah, Lazio lost to Atalanta, so... oh, it's so tight, man. 3 points separating 4th to 7th. And are we playing on the Sunday again? We are indeed. So what we'll do is we'll quickly progress through, and we'll see if there were any more slip-ups heading into that game against Empoli. Fingers crossed. Oh, the Lazio and Juve didn't play before us, but Milan did, and Milan won. Roma drew, but Milan won, so we're still a point off the top 4. But let's do it, man. 2 more games, starting with this one. Probably the final, what you'd call banker of the season, but based on how the season has gone, it's hard to call any game a banker, considering how inconsistent we've been. But 3 wins in a row. Let's make it 4, heading into the final 3 fixtures of the season. Forza Udinese. This has been a problem all season, really. You know, like I know I keep saying it, I know I sound like a broken record, but it's completely true. Losing against PSG in the Champions League last 16. Do you think I'm going to be gutted about that? No. No, not at all. We're not there yet. Getting knocked out by Juve in the Cup. Do you think I'm going to be gutted about that? No. They're the holders. Losing at home to Lecce. Drawing away against Empoli when we were, great save, Fatos, up by 2 goals. And in this game, being held as the first half comes to a close against a side that we should be beating comfortably here in Udine. These are the games that you remember at the end of the season. If you missed out on an objective, those are the ones that cost you. Forget losing at the San Siro. Forget being beaten by the old lady at home. These are the games you've got to win. Do the simple stuff. Hold on. Don't worry too much about the difficult things. Look after the pennies. Pounds to look after themselves. I don't think that's applicable to this analogy, but still, come on! Simone with the opener. That is, I think, goal number 20 this season for Profundi. He's been absolutely monstrous for me all year long. And again, lowest rated player in my outfield positions. And it's 19, actually not 20, but even so. And doesn't matter. The overall rating, yeah, it's a good indicator to how good the player's going to be. Most important thing, how you feel controlling them. Oh, Profundi, we love you. We love you, we love you, we love you. And this could be 2. Dawley has his man hitting the floor. And who else has he got? The man who does get his 20 for the season. Goals 19 and 20. 5 goals in 2 games. Simone Profundi, absolute baller. You've got to give Fatos Gashi some credit. I've been a big critic of the kid this season, but he made a big save right towards the end of the first half. Don't forget that, or we were still deadlocked at 0-0. Had he not made it, we'd have gone into the break down by 1. And based on our capitulation at times this season, we may not have came back from it. Instead, Profundi's brace in the second half on the back of that save ensures we get our 4th straight win. Our best run of form of this season, and Udinese hitting our stride right when it matters most. The question is it going to be a little too late? Right, let's get back to the main menu and see if there were any slip-ups from the teams around us. No, Inter and Lazio both winning, and this is why I said I think we need to be perfect, because the teams above are just not dropping points. We remain in 6th with 3 to go, and Napoli play Fiorentina right before us on the Saturday. So what we'll do is we'll simulate through to the Sunday, our final game today. It is against Roma, going for the championship away at the Stadio Olimpico, where we need something special to put it out. Did Napoli slip up? No, they won. No, they drew. They drew against Fiorentina, so I don't think they're going to make the top 4 now. But are we? Yep, heading into it, our final game today, Roma away at the Stadio Olimpico. Oh, I was going to say going for the chat. Oh my goodness gracious me. I've switched Inter and Roma around in my mind. I thought Roma was still on top, and it was Inter. My apologies. Inter going for the three-peat, and they've almost definitely locked it up now. But Roma now, Roma away, where if we beat them, we'll leapfrog them. But it still might not be enough for the top 4 anyway. My mind hadn't caught up to the fact that Roma have been tanking and Inter have been dominating. I thought it was the other way around. Even so, Roma away at the Stadio Olimpico. A win puts us above them, but it still might not be enough for the top 4. All we can do is do our job for Udinese. Talk about deceptive eyes, man. All this time I was thinking it was Roma that were running away with it, but instead it's Inter who are going for the three-peat now. And Roma had actually been the team that was slipping up. So I guess that just goes to show you shouldn't worry about what other teams are doing. Just focus on your tasks. As Felix is denied, and we'll get the danger away. Tough first half, that really tough. Neither side can afford to lose, knowing the ramifications would be almost fatal. Second half to play, but again, a draw does neither side a favour. Both need a winner, but neither can afford to lose. It's as cagey as you can imagine. Yeah, I mean, situations like this, it's, you know, who's going to be brave? Who's going to be the aggressor? Who's going to be the one that says, no, I'll take control? Calm. And give us what we need to possibly make the difference. 26 minutes. So I'm just keeping it calm here. Just keeping it calm. Because we've been in this position many times before and surrendered it. Yeah, Inter Milan. I literally, all this time I was like, oh, Inter are still next to us. But instead they've been going on a dominant run. And I got them completely confused with Roma going for the three-peat. We've said it, man. Like, as strong as the Serie is, as competitive as it is. Yes, totally winning, mate. In this save, there's been one team that stood out from the pack, and that is the team that oh, what a ball! Luca! Gonna win the three-peat! But speaking of 3, we're targeting position number 3. Luca with the brace. Udinese going to make it 4 in a row and come through with a massive win in Rome. What a ball by Giorgi, threading the needle. And Lorenzo's brace surely leads us to, sorry, not our 4th win in a row, our 5th win in a row. Win the final 2 after this and I think we'll be there. But this game's not over yet. This game's not over yet. Calafiori be blocked and João Felix denied by Fatos. We know all too well how overpowered form is in career mode, and it's why I often say you had a slip up, you need to bounce back, because if you don't, it might be a while until you get your form sorted. But when you've won, let's say 2 or 3 on the bounce, that's when you feel almost indestructible. And that's how Udinese are feeling right now. 3 straight clean sheets, but most crucially, 5 wins on the trot, a massive win. We'll leapfrog Roma, but will we go into the top 4? We'll end the episode by seeing if that's the case, or if we're still on the outside looking in. Yep, here we go. This is the moment of truth as Juve won. Lazio were held by AC Milan, and they're right next to each other as well. So I think we're now into 5th, but we're still just outside. No, we're in 4th! We're in 4th by a point. I got my maths wrong. So the final 2 games are all played at the same time. We've got such a tough one. No, Inter Milan away, who have won the championship. So guys, just let us have the win. Juve have got Napoli, Roma away at Atalanta, and Lazio away at Sampdoria. And of course, our final game is Juve at home. It may well be a straight shootout for the top 4, you never know. But Lazio were held, and that means even after Juve's win, we join them and go into the top 4 by a point. It's ours from here. That's it. We'll leave it there, guys. Massive thank you for watching the penultimate episode of Season 4. If you've enjoyed it, then please do drop a like and stuff to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the season finale. The final 2 games away against the champions who have wrapped up the 3P, Inter at the San Siro. Guys, please, just let us win that. You've got your championship. Let us win that. And then at home to Juve, that may well be a straight shootout with 3 teams separated by just a point as Udinese sneak into the top 4. Destiny's in our own hands, man. It's ours from here if we win back-to-back. Much love, and I'll see you for the season finale very soon. Come on!